In this video, we're going to be looking at understanding the Microsoft Excel work environment. The Microsoft Excel application is used for spreadsheet analysis, handling numbers, calculations, being able to use formulas, and being able to create your table of data, analyze your data set, perform calculations using the numbers that you have in your data set, and then of course being able to generate reports and create visualization charts that you can use to do your presentation. So I welcome you to the course again. Now, the let's familiarize ourselves with the environment. The first thing that you will see when you open the Microsoft Excel application, of course, is a blank worksheet. So I'm going to pretend as if I'm loading the Microsoft Excel application for the first time. Of course, the folder has been given for all the files that we will be using for this course. So now I want to double click to open my file, and so you can see if I'm opening an existing file, this is what I will get. It will take me straight to the file. Right, so I close it again, and this time I would just want to open the application from my taskbar at the bottom, and this is what you get when you open the application for the first time without opening an existing file. So all you need to do is to click blank workbook, and then of course it will open. Okay, so I'll close it again. Now some of us using uh, Windows 2010, Windows 10, you can go to your start button at the bottom left corner, and then of course look for Excel E, just click Excel, and that will open the application for you. So if you are working with a blank workbook, then you click blank workbook, and if you are trying to go to an existing file, then you will see recent, and then of course you can open the existing file. So now the work environment is such that we have at the topmost level, we have what we call the ribbon. And so if you look at this screenshot, this level that has been screenshot out is the ribbon. Okay, RIBBON. So just like what you have at the top where my mouse button is moving, and of course that's the ribbon. So it doesn't go beyond this level that has been screenshotted. Okay, so we have that screenshot there. Now that's called the ribbon, and on the ribbon, so the ribbon of course itself is a graphical control element or user interface in the form of a set of toolbar placed on several tabs. Ribbon was introduced by Microsoft in the Microsoft Office version 2007. So this ribbon system started with the 2007 version. All right. So on the ribbon of the ribbon, we have all these control organizing tabs, TAB, tab or tabs in plural form. So tabs are means used to organize our command buttons into group. So we have the home tab, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view. Okay, and some of us will have help. While some may not see help, depends on your version. So these are the default tabs that you have access to. Okay, and then we have what the controls at the very topmost level above the ribbon. we have these controls called the quick access toolbar, the QAT. It gives us access to frequently used commands. Okay, so you can see them at the topmost level where my mouse button is moving. Yours may not be as much as mine, but if you will point to the edge of the towards the end to the right side of your quick access toolbar, you see an arrow that shows downward. If you click that, you can tick as many one after the other that you want to bring up. So I'm going to tick email, and email will be added. If I don't want it, I'll click on it, it will disappear. So whatever I don't want, I can always click and it will vanish. All right. So the default tabs: home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view. So those are the default tabs that you have until you begin to add your own. We also have an environment called Backstage. The Backstage view, you can get to the Backstage when you click on the File tab. The File tab, you see FILE towards the left side. So once you click on that, it takes you to an environment called the Backstage. Okay, so the Backstage view is the area where files and data about them is managed. All right, creating, saving, printing, sending to others, inspecting, for hiding the metadata or personal information, and setting information. All right, so in the next video, when we come back, we're going to look at the Backstage first, and then go from there to another level. Right, so bye for now. Welcome back to the class. Now let us look at let's continue with the Backstage view. So if you click the File tab, at the top, you'll see the file. We've seen home, insert, page blank, other tab. So the File tab takes you to an environment called Backstage. And on the left side of the Backstage, you have the home. The home shows you mostly a way to create a blank workbook, or to create a workbook from templates or other templates, or to have a view of the current files or recent files that have been created. And then you can click the new on the left side, and the new will also give you access to blank workbook or new from a particular template. As you can see, we have seasonal photo calendar, personal monthly budget, seasonal illustrated, and so on, weekly calls, and so on. So you can see. So if I want to create from template, maybe I want to do sales invoice. So why will I use a template? Maybe I have a particular task I want to perform, and I need Excel to give me a sample, a template that will give me a guide. So I can choose a template, and then sales invoice tracker template, create, and then of course it will download it from online. So it's advisable you are connected to the internet so that you can have access. So you can see the invoice, the sales invoice. And so all I need to do is change the company names and other information that is required, that I need to change to my own, edit into my own form. And then of course, I'll be able to access it. So these are the sources of the data. And then so you can make use of invoice or templates. So from the File tab, I went to new, and so you have lots and lots of templates. If you are using earlier version 27 or 2010, you should look for my template, and then of course you see my template or personal templates. You can use templates from there to work, and then you can open existing file if you click open. So you can see it here. You have access to opening file from the various locations that we have. You can browse to open from the system or open from your cloud, from your OneDrive cloud, and then of course the various files that you have opened. And then we have info. Info actually gives you access to your properties, your document property. So your worksheet has a property: the date it was modified, the created, it was printed, who is the author, and then of course what's the size. Once the file is saved, it will generate size, title, category, and so on. So you have the save option also to save to locations, to save into a folder, to save into your OneDrive platform. And then to print, you have access to printing. So we're going to be looking at printing in our classes going forward. So this is just an introduction to the environment. You can close your Excel file, and then of course you can view some options and all those stuff. We're going to continue with understanding the work environment, and then for us we're going to look at options, the option tool, the Excel options. Now, rarely will anyone come here, but for situations where you need to do some default settings, you want to change the settings that you have in the Excel application, um, you come here. So how do you get to this place? You go to File tab, and then of course Options. For those who are using 2007 version, you will have to look for Excel option from the Office button. There's usually Microsoft Office button at the top left corner. So all you do is click that button, and then somewhere around the drop down you see Excel option. So here you go to File for 2010 upward, go to File tab, and then that takes you to the backstage, and then you see down on the left pane you see options. So there you have Excel options. So some of the few things that you probably will need to change here, if need be, is to change your body font. The default font, you can change it to the font you want. So there are a lot of fonts: Arial, Arial Black, Arial Narrow. So just click, and then the font will change. Now, the default font size is 11, so you can change it to 12, 14, 12 will be okay. And if you want it bigger, you can use 14. Then number of sheets include this many sheets. This has to do with the default number of sheets, worksheets that you will have every time you open your Excel application. Mine is set to 1. The default for 2016 is 1. And if you want to increase it, of course, you can increase to as many as 255 worksheets. So you can work with 255 worksheets at max. Then username, you can see that what I have here is Lead Vision Concept, and so you can always set your own username, maybe your personal name or Lagos Business School. Okay, so whatever you want to set there. So this is where the setting is effective. Then when you notice that some other people, their Excel or this application looks a little bit different, so this is where they change the theme. If I click OK here, you will see that my Excel environment is now black. If I go back to options and then general, I go to colorful, click OK, it will come back to what I have before. So these are the general settings for formulas. You might just leave them as they are, but we just for you to know that there's something here. So all these should be left as they are. These are the default settings. But for save, if you choose to change the location, this is the default location is documents, my document. Maybe you created a folder and you want to, but it's better you leave it as my document as a default location. So language settings, all these ones should leave them as they are. Of course, they are your system's default settings. So these are options, and sometimes when there are problems here and there, or there are changes that affected as a result of bringing a file. If you get file from someone else and it seems the file that the person gave you has a different settings, this is where to come to effect the general settings, and then that will return your Excel to its default settings. All right, so that's that about Excel options, which we got from the file tab and then options. As a recap, first we have seen the quick access toolbar, we've seen the ribbon, we've seen the backstage, we've seen the option, Excel option environment, and then now on the ribbon, we said we have each of the group of commands organized in tabs. So we have the home tab, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view. Okay, so for each of the tab also, we have ribbon that shows and then comes in groups. So for instance, if you look at the home tab, you will see some group of commands. So the first one to the left side is called clipboard group. So if you are planning to copy the data and to paste somewhere else, the procedure will be to go to the home tab. On the clipboard group, click the copy command. So that is how it sounds. So that is the language here. Okay, so it's good you familiarize yourself with the vocab here, the vocabulary. Okay, so it is the home tab, the clipboard group, and the copy command. And so you can see group by group. The first one to the left is clipboard, and then we have another set of commands: the bold, the italic, the underline, the font size, the font type, color, cell color, text color, increase font, decrease font, and all these are under the font group. Then we have alignment group with all the necessary alignment, merge and center, the text direction, and so on. Alignment group. Then we have number group, where you do your number setting. We have styles group. We have cells for cells editing, okay, and formatting. We have editing group. We have so many other. Some of them are installed to work in my own application, so you may not see some of these in yours. So then we have the insert tab coming with its own group of commands. As you can see, tables, illustration, add-ins, charts, sparkline, and so on. So that's how Excel has been structured to work. So you have the tab, and then you have group of commands, group of command button. Then below the ribbon, we have what we call the formula bar, and of course that is where all the formula that we will use shows. So if I type a number, it will show in the formula bar. As you can see, the number is showing in the formula bar at the top, and so you can also edit number from the formula tab. You can go to the formula tab to edit your values. If you type a text, it shows the text. But if you perform a calculation, so I'm just going to do a simple calculation, equal sign, this cell C2 plus cell C3. So what I will see here is a formula, and that's why it is called formula bar. Okay, so it's a formula. All right, so that is the formula bar. It shows you the formula, and then this to the left side is called name box. Name, Name box. So that shows you the name of the cell that you are. You are currently in cell B2. If I click here, it shows G6. So that is what that is all about. Then at the topmost level here, we have what we call the column header. That is the column header where we have the alphabetic side. They are in columns, column header. And then we have the row header that shows the numbers. Okay. So going forward, we're going to see more about this. And then, of course, we have the sheet tabs at the bottom. Okay. So from sheets, you can create, insert a sheet and all those things. So this is just an introductory class. We are going to be looking into details, more of how to do this, how to do that, and then, of course, moving closely. So, but what we have done so far is to look at the quick access toolbar. We have seen that. We've seen the ribbon at the top with the tabs of the home tab, the insert tab, and other things. And then, of course, the command button. And then the back stage, where you click the file tab, takes you to the back stage. All right.